So I might be crazy, but there's a moment in this movie where there's destruction all around a living room and just crap scattered everywhere. And in the corner of a frame, there is a book that is open. And in that book is the image of E.T. and Elliot flying in front of the moon. Which I took as, because I feel like you and Bumblebee have a very E.T. Elliot relationship. Amazing. Was I crazy, or was that supposed to be like a little nod to you guys?
Well, I have to say, I haven't seen the finished film. I know, this is terrible.
Do you want to go see it?
Yeah, let's go see it.
Go.
All right, come on. And don't point it out, because now I'm going to look for it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Wow, but I have to say, that's amazing. I mean, I do feel like, E.T. was a film that I distinctly remember watching for the first time. That meant a lot to me, made an impression on me, and I know that Travis Knight, our director, feels the same about that film. And it was referenced quite a bit while making this, just in terms of its sense of wonder and laughter and, emotion. Yep. And I think that we both felt like if we could channel that in any way with this, that would be pretty cool.
Well, you guys absolutely did, which I think
I
think it was on purpose. I'm going to say, just to make myself feel better and not crazy, that it was on purpose.
Perfect.
I love when, obviously, Bumblebee doesn't have a voice, and sometimes he uses music to speak for him. Mm-hmm. If you lost your voice and had to pick one song to speak for you, what song would it be?
Oh my goodness gracious. One song. One song?
One song.
I'm so excited. By...
I'm so excited.
Who's the guys? Help me out here.
Who sings that song? Anybody?
Thank you!
Wow!
Pointer Sisters!
Well done.
Okay.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Fantastic. Is that because you're excited with this interview?
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
It's been so many years since we've talked.
It's been a hot second.
Here
and obviously, because he doesn't have a voice, my first thought was, what great celebrity would be amazing to cast as Bumblebee if we were going to give him his voice back? What amazing celebrity would you love to hear that person's voice come out of Bumblebee?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, this movie just turned R-rated.
Yep, there you go.
Every word that would come out of Bumblebee's voice would be the F word.
That's right.
And I am there for it.
Great.
I would pay to see that.
Wonderful.
Also like to see Christopher Walken.
Ooh.
Come out of Bumblebee.
Oh, now my mind's
See, now the wheels are spinning.
Yep.
That's fantastic. So I actually grew up playing with Transformers and watching all the Transformers cartoons, so that's why it's like seeing my childhood up on the big screen. If the toys that you grew up with were going to be up on the big screen, what movie would that be?
I guess American Girl doll, which has existed, which is pretty cool.
Did they make a movie?
Yeah, they've made. Well, there've been some of the certain characters, right. But yeah, that would be. That's weird because for whatever reason I associated American Girl doll with Transformers, and then I imagine the dolls getting. No, that's not
Paramount. There's the spinoff right there. John, good to see you again, sir.
Thank you, and thanks for the kind review.
Absolutely, of course. So I think Hailee is very lucky in that her first car, which just so happens to be a Transformer, is a really cool car. My first car was a green Chrysler Cirrus. So if it transformed, it would look like a very weird Transformer. If your first car transformed, what would it look like?
I probably would say it would look close to you and your appearance, because my first car was an '84 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, which obviously would transform into something slick, stylish, something with refined sense of presentation. So
wow, you know how to start out an interview. Mike, it's all downhill from there. Thank you very much for that, sir. So, coming from you, that says a lot.
No, I think that pretty much says what my first car would transform into.
That'd actually be pretty cool. I'd pay to see that movie.
I don't know, maybe.
Fingers crossed. Paramount, I know you're watching. I know you're watching right now. I love the 80s throwback, and because I feel like we're now removed enough from that decade so that we start feeling nostalgic.
I was just saying that to someone else. I agree. I think it's right about time.
It's
that
just
25 to 30-year-old period is when we look back with fond memories.
Exactly. What is a fad from that era that you would love to see come back into style?
Man, I think we should just look back on all that nostalgia. Honestly, though, when I talk about the decade to people who do ask, I really like the sense of wanting to be recognized. The 80s was an era of big and of excess, and I don't think it was excess just for excess. I think it was excess for individuals having the energy enough to stand up and be recognized.
Fair enough.
And the technology is old and not useful. It laid the groundwork for today. The style was a bit bold and too bold for me, and that's coming from a guy in a pink window pane suit. But I think it was that era of I'm an individual too, and I want you guys to pay attention to me, and I like that philosophy.
Fair enough, I love that. I also think that Bumblebee is sort of this fantastic sidekick. I think he would be great to have on your side in a tough situation. If John Cena were going to be my sidekick, what would you be able to bring to the table? If I were in a tough situation and I called John Cena to come up, what would you bring?
Man, I'd bring good conversation.
Would you? I think you would.
Probably a fine bottle of drinking Cabernet. Some good philosophical points that we would debate all night over said bottle of Cabernet. Or maybe a strong coffee if it were the morning and it wasn't time for alcohol. Recommendations at a good dinner spot. If you wanted to get your fitness on, I could probably help you with that. So, I'd do my best.
Sign me up. How do I sign up to get John Cena as my sidekick? I would pay for that. I'd pay big money for that. And as we wrap up, I don't want to end on a negative note, but I do have a small bone to pick with you.
Sure.
The last time we spoke, which is about this time a year ago for Daddy's Home 2,
yeah.
You had told me that you were coming to Chicago for the holidays because you had some events going on, something very important.
Yes.
And I said, okay, you're welcome to stay at my home. I have a comfortable fold-out couch. And you said, I will be there. Come Christmas Day, I expect to hear... The family's there, we're waiting, we have a welcome John sign, no knock at the door. People ask me, why didn't he show up?
Yes.
Why didn't you show up?
Well, there are two reasons, and the first is more of a bone to pick with you. I share the Santa Naughty and Nice list, and let's just say you're on one that begins with an N, but not worthy of an appearance. But here's the second one. I was there, dude, for 5 hours. You just couldn't see me.
This interview's over, isn't it? I don't even know where you are. I'm coming over for the real thing. Will you come over for Christmas this year?
I won't be in the Chicago area for Christmas.
Not with that attitude,
I don't want to make any promises I can't keep, but it was a pleasure to be there last year.
I just didn't see you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm bringing it in for the real thing.
Thanks.